How you going, brothers? The occasional sister. Right, this is actually a message to Alison. Alison, I've just deleted her comment on my other channel because it pushed my buttons, it got me worked up, and I thought the best way to address it actually would be make a video to Alison, which I'm going to send directly to her privately, although this is public to you, and I wanted to share it for the simple reason that I'm sick and tired of men being put into this category of not good in some sort of weird sense as the sexual battle between women and men. And Alison, you just don't get it. So this is for you, Alison, but I'm sharing it with the Bro Chick channel. You can go on that if you want to comment, feel free. Your comment this morning on my hunting video with young Smash and the boys, her comment was, or your comment was, Clay, you're very one-sided. You're only educating young men how to hunt, young men how to fish, young men how to do outdoor cooking and build huts. Where are the women? Don't you think this is sexist? Question mark. Sexist? How can that possibly be sexist? How can that be sexist? I don't get that. I don't get that. First of all, the main reason I don't take young women out is because I'm a man and I don't want to put myself in a situation where I'm at risk. It only takes one young lady to say, oh, it could even come 5 years down the track, oh, Clay touched me in a bad way, or Clay insinuated this. So I'm in the bush with a young 14-year-old girl. Or you could argue it could happen with a boy too, but I'm always in a group of boys. So I have to protect myself. As someone who's been a music teacher with children for years, I've always made sure that I've got an adult in the room when I'm teaching one-on-one with girls, just because it can happen and your reputation's all you got. So I protect myself. It's not about protecting the child, it's about protecting me so I can do my work. That's a small part of it. It's probably actually not the main part. That's probably just me, like, without thinking, saying off the top. The reason I teach young men is there's young men out there without fathers. I'm a man, they're young men. I'm the guy to teach them what I believe is a good role is in growing up and going into being a man. You're playing down the importance of that by your comment. I grew up without my dad around after the age of 10, and it left a huge hole in my life. And I grew up realising the importance that us men play. So there are plenty of women out there that hunt and fish and do all those things too, although not as many as men. My closest female friend is Kim Swan, and she does that. There's plenty of women around there that do, that can teach young girls in a safe environment. And I think we'd all agree that's the right way to do it. This really triggers me. It really triggers me. Alison, I want to tell you this about men. And I want to say this to all my men listening now. Men, we are right up there. Yes, women are up there too, but we're up there in a different way. The world would not be what it is without us. Who's your bouncer on the door at every nightclub? Is it women standing there? The majority of firemen, we say not firemen, they're mostly men. Yes, there are women that drive the trucks, majority are men. Who's the guy that's out in the power lines at 3 AM in a storm when the bloody hurricane hits, or wind hits and knocks the power line, or a car drives into it? Who's the guy that's up the pole risking his life? It's a man. Who's the guy that's out commercial fishing boat at the highest risk job, catching the fish to put food on your table? It's a man, most of the time. Who's the person that's dealing with the dispute when there's a fight going on in a house, and there's a guy there with a firearm, and he's threatening to shoot everybody? The majority of the time, it's a man. Yes, women do it, but the majority of the time, it's a man. Men risk their lives daily to protect and make things work. Our job is necessary as men. Occasionally a woman steps into that arena, but most of the time it's men, the majority of men. Who works in the forestry and then one of the most dangerous jobs in New Zealand? The majority you'll find are men. Occasionally you get the odd woman. Kim Swan again, she works in the forestry, but the majority are men. And you get men occasionally that become nurses and do the other role, but these gender roles are there for a reason. Men are physically stronger, men are more physically capable at doing most of those difficult jobs, and men suffer the most because of it too. And the world doesn't seem to give a fuck. And people like you, Alison, come down hard on me teaching boys how to be men. I have the utmost respect for women. God, I've got a mother. I've got daughters. And my daughter is out there doing stuff that most men couldn't do. She's a kayak instructor. She's teaching kayaking. She's putting herself through grade 5, almost suicidal rivers. She is physically capable and strong. She's a woman. But the majority of jobs in this world, the majority of people that are out there in the trenches or doing stuff to keep this world going in a dangerous environment, on the oil rigs and you name it, the majority are men. And I support those men. And I'm thankful for those men. I'm grateful. I'm grateful to the fishermen, the forestry workers, the police. I'm grateful for the women to do those jobs too, but the majority are men. And that's just a reality, that men work in more dangerous jobs than women. And if you want to dispute that, Alison, then dispute it. But I don't agree with that. I think that the majority are men. And young men that grow up without dads need to have good role models. They need good female role models too, but for doing the things that men enjoy doing. My daughter loves to go hunting. She loves to go fishing, but nowhere near as much as, say, all her peers that are males. There's a lot more that go out. So this could get into a debate and an argument, but I'm going to stand beside all of you men and say the majority of those jobs are done by men. That's just that's a fact. You could argue about it, and I know doing a video like this is always going to be controversial, but I stand by it, and I'll take it on the chin for all you haters. And Alison, this is not a dig at you, it is a factual video on what I understand about the way this world rolls. I don't on any level see myself as being sexist or chauvinistic. I just understand what it's like to be a young man growing up without a father, and knowing how important it is to have a male role model to show me, or to show young men those important things that young men like to do. And that's probably the driving reason why I have dedicated a lot of my life to helping young men, because I didn't have it myself, and that's where it comes from. I don't have any desire to take I have taken women out in the bush before, and firstly the guys always lose focus because their testosterone kicks in and they think about something else other than the hunting and fishing, and you know what that is. I got a video where young Jody gets the pig and left his knife behind because he was busy looking at the girl up in front of him I took. That was his friend that he asked if he could bring along. It never really works out well. I had another one where I took young Knuckles away with my 2 daughters. He fell over and broke his finger, the only accident we ever had in his bush, and I know that he wasn't watching where his feet were going. I know he's watching my daughter's ass walking up in front of him up the hill, because I could see it, and he slipped out. So there's a good reason why I don't take women. There's many reasons. I've told you a few of them. This bro check video is not probably a positive one, but it's one I had to say and share with you. Go steady, check on a brother today, and thank you for your guidance through helping me with everything I do on this channel. And I'm going to end up by saying to all the men, now thanks Alison, you can click off now because this is a man talk now. I want to say to every single one of you men that do have jobs that are dangerous, that putting yourselves in a situation where you are threatening your own life's at threat, whether you're at sea or whether you're in the forestry or whether you're in the police force or whatever you're doing, I just want to say hats off to you. And that you guys, I am grateful for what you do to keep this world going. I'm very grateful. Yes, I'm grateful for all the stuff that women do too. The best nurses I had when I was in hospital were female, but this is for men. I want to say to you men, thank you very, very much for your commitment to keeping this world rolling. And be proud to be a man. Hold your head up high, and don't let anybody like Alison or anybody that's slightly knocking your maleness, don't ever buy into that. You be manly, because the pendulum swung too far the other way now. This PC pendulum's gone too far the other way, and it's absolutely necessary that men do manly jobs and keep this world ticking over, rolling over. That's all. That's all I want to say. Have a fantastic day. Check on a brother. Go steady. See you later.